Alright, so today I'm going to show you how I study for the A plus exam. I haven't gotten this exam. I've studied for it before, about 2 years ago for the 900 exam. I studied um, many, many weeks. So how I studied then was I watched Professor Messer over here. Professor Messer, you can just type in A plus into your YouTube channel and search, and he will show up. They're all free. Um, he has a number of free courses for CompTIA. A plus is your exam. If you want to get into tech support, it's like the first exam you should do. I'm doing it now because I graduated with an associate's in applied science, and I am still trying to get my first real IT job. And if I need to go back to tech support, like I was basically ready for tech support after my first two tech support classes. I had normal hardware software tech support and then advanced hardware software tech support, and those were both based off the A plus exam. I could have taken those two classes, gotten the A plus exam, but I stuck with it. I got my associate's degree. I think that's ideal anyways, and I'm gonna go finish a bachelor's degree somehow. um, so how we will study for the exam is going to be a little bit different. This is a big exam, $260 per exam, so you're going to spend over $500. I might be a little bit off, and if you have a voucher from school, you can probably lower the exam cost to $100 exam. So download the exam objectives, see what they want. You can read through this. First part, mobile devices. 14% mobile devices, 20% networking, 27% hardware, virtualization, cloud computing, 12%, hardware and network troubleshooting, 27%. So if you can get through hardware, network troubleshooting, and hardware, you have done over half the exam. Okay, let's see how I'm doing this candidly. I have not actually studied this much yet. I have started studying recently. I've at least seen all this stuff probably 2 years ago. I'd studied pretty extensively for the 901 exam, and there's also a 1002 exam. So this first one, this is just for the 901 exam. So we'll go through this, and then we'll repeat it again, because this is just not just for the 1000. If we scroll down here, we'll have 1002, or maybe not. We'll have to look through that again. But let's go back over here, and we have these exam core 2. So exam core 1, exam core 2. There's 26 tests, each one of these. 22 for the first one, 26 for the second one. There's 25 questions for each. I know this is like hard and like frustrating to get through. I want to do the question and then get an answer, and it doesn't do that. I have to sit down and do 25 questions like a quiz without knowing the answers, and then I get the results back. And then when I get the results back, then I pull out my notepad and I will write down the things that I got wrong. Okay? And then we're just going to go in order. So in the first one, I'm just going to do one practice test today. I have not studied this. This is about what I know off the top of my head. And then once I learned what I got wrong, I'm going to write it down, and then I'm going to go and watch the Professor Messer course about it. Or you can do it backwards. If you haven't seen this stuff before, I would go through the Professor Messer videos first, and then do the quiz, write down what you got wrong, and then probably watch the video again. So let's start. A portion of the laptop's keyboard consists of special function keys that allow you to control additional display, volume settings, and screen brightness. Functionality offered by such key can be activated by pressing and holding the function key, FN. Docking stations provide additional interfaces for smaller motors. See additional ports and cables compared to port replicators. That's worded kind of weirdly. A docking station sits down. There might be another fan on it to keep the computer cooler. There might be some USB ports. A port replicator, that sounds like a USB you plug in. It's a splitter. There's also like devices you plug in the USB-C, and it'll have like a micro USB and other USB-Cs, and then maybe an HDMI. It's all sorts of things. I'm going to say additional ports and capabilities compared to port replicators. So the docking station should be more sophisticated. Like there's a fan on it to keep it cool. Which of the following physical security controls provide protection against laptop theft? Uh, Low jack for laptops and a cable lock. Physical. So encryption is software. Smart card readers access control. A laptop lock. Uh, I'm gonna say low jack because that's a popular one. And I'm gonna say cable lock, and that seems like the same thing. That's probably wrong in that one. So next one. Which of the following devices offers the fewest amount of options for hardware upgrades that can be installed in the device for users? Tablet. Tablet is, just a brick. It's a flat tablet. A laptop you can usually easily open up and put the memory module. The options are really simple. A difference between a workstation and a desktop. A workstation is like an office computer. You can open it up and you can upgrade it with a GPU, but a desktop is usually like home built. Anyways, portable device combines the capability of mobile phones and handheld PCs, are most commonly called smartphones. Following examples: a wearable technology device, smart watches, fitness monitors. 3 answers, and a VR headset. Designed to document access known as an e-reader. Mobile devices built-in functional enabling the use of a locator app. GPS that can be found on mobile devices includes USB-C, micro USB, mini USB. Maybe. I know that micro USB was popular. It might be a USB-A because that's the typical one. The typical like square. I don't know the typical one maybe, but when it says mobile devices, it could be mini USB as well because these two are look very similar, slightly different. One is a bit thicker and then aren't used as often, but usually A plus exam does older exams anyways. Connector type Apple Lightning. It's a Lightning connector. I think it used to be called Thunderbolt or something. It could look more. I should watch that video. We'll get to it. Which of the following are technologies that enable wireless mobile connectivity? Select 3. Near field communication, Bluetooth. 802.11 is WAN. I don't know what 802.3 is. I know that IR works. It's not popular for a lot of mobile devices, but it is popular for your TV. So you could actually install an IR reader on your phone and use it as a remote control. So we're going to use that one. This one, I'll have to look up what 802.3 is. I know 802.11 is the WAN communication, wireless networking. Type in technology enables contactless payment transactions. Near field communication. It's not popular in the U.S. It's more popular in Europe. You just tap the credit card and it'll do the information. A popular short-range wireless technology used for connection to various personal devices. Bluetooth is personal area network. Short distance line of sight technology using home remote controls. IR is short distance line of sight. Network a WAP. Site offering public wireless internet access companies called a hotspot. You can turn your phone into a hotspot if you paid enough money for it. They lock it behind a pay gateway, usually. Although, like, all phones are just cable, they just lock it with the service. They must have been really smart and say, how much money can we charge for this service for people to be willing to pay for it? Excuse me, I hit the mic. Which of the following refers to the capability of mobile devices of a mobile device to share its internet connection with other devices? Tethering. So how would I use for my computer, actually? If you want to be amazed, yeah. The term airplane mode refers to a device function that allows a user to disable wireless transmission capability. Yes. Following are ways created a wireless cellular data network by using a mobile device. Hotspot, tethering, Bluetooth. The process of establishing connection between Bluetooth devices is known as pairing. Which of the following is a security feature used of Bluetooth pairing devices? Clear text credentials doesn't sound right. Biometrics. I don't know. I don't think it's biometrics, but that could be. We're going to type in PIN. I'm pretty sure it's not multi-factor because that's when you log into a website and then you have to prove a code from Google multi-factor. It says, oh, right now the code is, and it gives you 6 digits, and you type that in, and it's only linked to your phone. POP3 is email retrieval. See, this is where I was expecting this to get harder when it gets to this point, and it is. You have to do flashcards. So when you're reviewing it, you have POP3 and you have SMTP and you have IMAP. I think POP is Post Office Protocol 3. I do not remember the ports, but you gotta know the ports. I don't remember which one it is, but there's one where it downloads. It made more sense earlier when you only had one device, and it downloads the email from the server, and then you can delete it from the server or leave it. Now you want to leave it on the server because we do everything from the cloud, but it's email retrieval. IMAP. Okay, we're going to say offers improved functionality, and we're going to have to review this. That's something we'll write in the notes over here. In fact, I have my notes over here, and I'm scared to click on it because it might have information about that. So we want to get through this quiz first without... did that disappear? I can't tell. Okay. Okay, either this one or this one. I want to say this one's SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. So we're going to say enables mail exchange between mail servers. POP3, yes, here we go. This is a good hard question. I'm going to say secure socket later. And I know this is written in my notes. Characteristics, features of secure version of IMAP. Oh, I know this is written in my notes. Okay, we're just going to get this wrong. We're going to guess 95, and we're going to guess TLS. See, I thought I was doing really well earlier, and hopefully I get over 70% and still pass anyways. What's the basic setting required for configuring a POP3 connection? The server, the username, password. That could be wrong. Okay. Here we go. We'll just put a 2 here so remember it. And this is where we get to retrieve emails. POP3 is older, needs name of POP3 server, name and password, retrieves email and optionally deletes. Ports TCP 100. POP3 uses 95. IMAPS 143 and IMAPS is TCP 993. So POP3S is 995, and we have to figure out what that is later. SMTP is 255 with authentication is TCP 587. First thing, we'll just write this down. laptop security, think LoJack, and laptop lock. Okay, we did well. Good, good, good. Is any of these I was like sketchy about and then got right? Pairing, okay. A pin code for Bluetooth, okay. Email retrieval. Describes IMAP. Prove function. Serves the same function. Okay. We'll get to it. We're like, oh, I'm kind of sketchy. What does that mean? I'll come over here and we'll talk to Professor Messer about email. And where would that be? Mobile device connection, probably? Configuring email mobile devices. Back over here. And notes. Pop 3S. Uses TCP 995. Uses transport layer security. What does that mean? Transport layer is an OSI model. Secure sockets layer. Not sure. We'll get into it. We'll watch the video. Uses secure layer. IMAPs. Uses TCP 993. I might have to go over these port numbers with cards. And because I never deal with this stuff normally, like I've never come up and go, oh, I need to configure IMAPs. I remember SSH is port 22 because I use it all the time. Not all the time, but like monthly or so. IMAPs uses SSL, uses TLS, and port 993. Password TCP port 110. I know I'm going to say this twice. Or defined by ISP. It could be a different one. And success rate of 80%, 83%. And now what we do is I would go over to Professor Messer, watch this.
Many of us use our smartphones and our tablets to send and receive emails. In order to do this, we have to configure these devices with the appropriate email settings for the type of service that we're using.
Anyway, so I'll link the Professor Messer video for this video. And that's how I study. That took me a total of 20 minutes to get through one exam. Bring up the calculator. No, it doesn't bring up the calculator. I'll just tell you what the calculator says. So that takes 20 minutes per exam. And there are 22 exams. So 20 minutes for the exam, add 10 minutes for Professor Messer. That's 30 minutes times 22. 660 minutes. Divided by 60 minutes is an hour. That's 11 hours of study. Obviously, you could probably do a little bit more than that because I got to memorize the ports. Well, it should take you 11 hours to get through this. And I did that really quickly because I have seen this before. So double that if you have not done A+ exam before. Okay. Thanks for watching my video. The rest will be linked at the bottom. Link to Professor Messer. You can look it up by looking up A+. I will link examcompass.com for these free practice exams. And that's all. Thank you.